But speaking of change, in fact, let me go across to my colleague Shivani. We're talking about women achievers. She has with her a women achiever who's achieved phenomenal success, a story that you need to know.
Well, investments, technology, businesses are not just anymore a man's thing. I'm joined by Nivruti Rai, who's the CEO and MD of Invest India and has spent a lot of years in technology as well. Nivruti, thank you so much for joining us here on CNBC-TV18 Future Female Forward, the Women's Collective. Nivruti, my first question to you is, there has been this stereotype that technology, investment, businesses and AI and tech is not for women. It's a man's thing. You have navigated this journey personally. Take us through it.
There has been a myth that, all of these things that you mentioned are the side of male's world. I really think the world is common and women and men are everywhere. And the way I have lived my life, Shivani, is I'll share with you a share that totally defines me. अपना ज़माना हम आप बनाते हैं अहले दिल हम वो कहाँ जिसे ज़माना बना गया.
Wow.
I make my own world. So what I think of myself, I am a strong, fearless woman, and I love it. You say is made by the fearless female taking the world forward. I am one of them, and I'm fearless, and I have lived technology. I have built technology. And I now am part of Invest India. I've come to the other side of the world where, beyond semiconductor, beyond technology, there's so many things to do. And the way I like to tell myself is I left a star, which was Intel, but I landed myself a galaxy, which is Invest India. Because Invest India is going to drive the future of not just India, but of the world. So it's, I like to say, maximize India with maximum world. But I also want to maximize the world with maximum India.
That's fantastic, Nivruti. And I would want to ask you one question. You are an inspiring figure for a lot of women who are looking and watching you right now. Tell me what inspires you. What has been inspiring you from a young age?
I want to live a life of legacy. I want to see ROI in everything I do. I have never planned my future. But whatever I do, I try to do the best. I often gave an example when I was a student in US. I watched TV a lot. And a house, a small apartment, very quickly, so I could watch the TV, I could run for my class, I would come. I had a little table fan that I would put on the floor, and I had a wooden flooring. And the fan would push the dust in one direction, and quickly I would broom. So I would finish brooming really quickly. I would watch TV and I would run to the school. So, I really feel I can do everything I want to. I make time. I make my life. I make time. So I enjoy technology. I enjoy mathematics. But I've never charted my future. I happened to come here because whatever I did with my heart and soul.
Okay, so the advice is that you do, whatever you love with your heart and soul. Is there any other piece of advice for women who still think that maybe tech is not for them, maybe investment is not for them, maybe business is not for them?
The only thing I can say is, there are two things you have to tell yourself what you think. Don't worry about what the others think. Tell yourself you are the best because you're putting the best. I really believe in, trying to do your best. Don't worry about the result.
Okay.
If you do your best, you sleep peacefully and you enjoy life.
Okay, thank you so much, Nivruti, for that wonderful, wonderful advice. And